Hey everybody, it is day 106 of my study abroad adventure. I am in Prague, and this is the car that we have rented, and it is a fun car. We've had lots of trouble getting it started, but that's just my own fault of figuring out the tricks. And this is now downtown Prague. We started down at Old Town Square to begin with, where we saw a couple of the churches and the astrological tower, which were just phenomenal experiences. I don't actually have pictures from the big church that you were seeing, like the big spires, like right there. I couldn't take any pictures inside because they wouldn't allow it, but it was just like everything was gold plated. Oh my god, it was breathtaking going into there and just phenomenal. Those towers look like Hogwarts, so you're going to see them everywhere because I just was like totally obsessed with them. And that is the clock tower that we visited that I will go up in a little bit. But this is just around Old Town Square with this giant statue. I think is the main attraction, and then we don't know what that was, but that was there. I think that statue is the main attraction about the place, but they are definitely getting ready for the Christmas market. It is not up yet, but they are getting ready for it. So you see some Christmas kind of around, it's just not done yet. I think this Saturday they actually start Christmas. So this is the astrological clock tower. Fascinating stuff. Like I was saying about the church, I didn't get any pictures inside because they were loud. It was beautifully gold and just breathtaking. And then we also went to St. Nicholas Church. You're going to see pictures from there. And just phenomenal. This was an interesting room with all the textiles. That was mostly our morning, and then we went to lunch. And you're going to see a picture that says this elevator in the tower was awarded the best designed elevator ever, I guess. I don't know if you can tell with it at all, but it was interesting. We rode down it, and it was kind of a weird ride, but we walked up the stairs because it was, up a slope, not stairs, so we could see these boards that talk about the clock tower in this Old Town Square. And then pictures from the view, which was just amazing. And then so you can just see around Prague, hopefully you can tell a little bit. Definitely a little bit of a foggy day, but the weather was pretty nice. Other than a couple of times when the wind picked up, it was a pretty nice day. So up high. I was doing okay with the heights then. So that church is what I was talking about, and then the other church was St. Nicholas Church. And lunch was all you can eat, all of it we can make with potatoes, which was really cool, just my type of thing. But I got potatoes and steak and bacon, and it was delicious. Supposed to be Czech, and it was very big. After lunch, Kristen and I headed to the Prague Castle, which that might be it right there from the view, was Prague Castle, which is a giant, it's almost more like a village inside stone walls with a giant church inside, and you're going to see pictures of that church that you'll see later. And also then we visited the special exhibits of the story of the Prague Castle and the Prague Royal Palace, and a lot of them they wouldn't let me take pictures in, so you only get some. There's some armory, there was the police and military type museum, all within just the walls of this giant castle, and it was really cool. And it was pretty much our afternoon was just seeing this Pokemon and Angry Bird outside a massage place. I don't know. But it was a really cool afternoon seeing the Prague Castle, and definitely one of the main things I think anyone who comes to Prague needs to do. Really, really cool. And I don't know what else to add about that. I had a great time with Kristen, and that was pretty much our agenda for the day. But then afterwards we decided to roam around trying to see the city, and Kristen looked on her phone and said, "Hey, you want to check out this tower?" So we went up to this giant tower, which that got to my heights a little bit, but I did okay. And the pictures didn't come out well because it was nighttime, as well as the fact that my camera died when we were in the tower for the police officer. This is the St. Nicholas Church that I was talking about. And I had to take pictures with my phone, and that really sucked. They just don't turn out that well. So I'm sorry, but they're for my memory, so I can remember them. Kristen took some pictures, so I hope when she posts them on Facebook or something, I'll steal them for myself too. And so we went up the tower, really beautiful, really cool. I'm happy I did that. And then we walked out, and I was like, ooh, Museum of Mirror, or Maze of Mirrors over this way. So we went and checked out the Maze of Mirrors. So you'll see that at the very end too. Just kind of hysterical and really cool. This mirror is just playing tricks on you and all these things, and really cool. Kristen and I had a really great time in there, and you'll see some pictures of that at the end, but they're with my camera, so again, they're not the best, but it was really fun, and happy to have that little side trip. And then we left, and here's that menu, all you can make with corn potatoes, and here was my lunch, which was so good. And then some more wandering before we get out to the castle. So this is it now, we're at the castle with the pictures. If you can't tell, this voiceover is a little iffy because people keep walking by when I'm at my hostel. Anyway, some stoic guards, and we had a really good time with the mirrors, so then we decided to go to dinner, and we went to this pasta place down by the old town square again, and it was a really good dinner, but then we went to the chocolate store, which had a chocolate museum, but it was closed, so I don't know if we'll do that or not. But I did get a waffle and some chocolate covered strawberries, and it's all so good. Definitely a dangerous store with all that chocolate and stuff. And yeah, had a really good time with Kristen, and then we decided to head back so we could de-wind from the day and call our family for Happy Thanksgiving. And we get to my car and find there's a boot on it, because apparently that parking was for residents of the city only, and we violated it. So that was real disappointed, and this is the church at the castle. And we had to call in, and they came and charged me a fine and all this stuff, but then they charged me the minimum of the fine because we were first timers and holiday and all this stuff, and they were really kind officers in the end. They totally got that we just didn't know, and really frustrated me, but at the end it ended up okay, and so be it. We screwed up, and that's what happens, but really the fine was minimal compared to what it would be in America, and especially the fact that they took care of it right then and there. I didn't have to get a ticket and go to the courthouse and try to do this, that, and the other thing. We took care of it then and there, and it was really good. With this castle, Krista and I bought tickets to do 7 of the things, and we actually got all 7 in. We were really impressed with ourselves, because right now you're seeing this church, and we didn't do the part that you need a ticket for, so at the very end we did get to come back and use our ticket to get it. And this statue reminds me of the Washington Monument, except for the top. Makes me wonder. And that is where the palace is, and some more of the church. So overall, this day was really, really busy and full, but I loved every second of it. It was so surreal. And once we did get the boot off the car and we got back to the hostel, I missed a little bit of vlogs and called home and talked for, 3.5 hours with family, wishing them all Happy Thanksgiving and getting updates, and that's why I'm kind of like, what do I talk about? Because I told all of them several times already. But it's a good day, and tomorrow is going to be another exciting Prague day, and I thank you all for joining me on this adventure. I can't believe this is my life. It is fantastic. And at this, I'm going to leave it because I don't know what else to add, and I'll maybe add it again on another vlog, and I hope this is great. And as always, thanks for staying tuned to my adventure.